Friday morning. This morning with Eamon and Ruth.
Hello, welcome back. Now, it's common for parents and their children, isn't it, to have differences of opinion. That's nothing new. But it's rare that they become a matter of life and death. But sadly, that is the case for our next guest, because 20 months ago, Sam Dyer here was diagnosed with a malignant, inoperable brain tumour. OK, so the tumour would kill him. Sam disagrees, though, and he's trying alternative therapies to combat it. The problem is, Dad, Martin, is no ordinary dad. He's a leading cancer specialist. The thing is, Dad, do you think that these alternative therapies work?
No, simply no. There's no evidence that any of the things that Sam have tried will really make an objective difference to his tumour. Having said that, the stuff that he's tried has resulted in a slight decrease in his tumour on his latest scan.
And you can't blame him for trying anything?
Oh, absolutely not. No, that's a separate issue altogether. You know, and this is when he was diagnosed, 22-year-old boy who realised very soon on that conventional medicine didn't have much to offer.
Sam, where are you at the moment? How are you feeling? You're looking good?
Feeling pretty solid. As solid as one can hope to be, I think, under the circumstances. And, I mean, I'm one of the lucky ones. I mean, I've had, like, 3 seizures in the last 30 months, one which was only 2 days ago, and that's because I took wrong medication, I honestly believe. And apart from that, I'm in generally good health and I'm in good standing. And I think you might be interested to hear about some of the things that I have been trying and am very eager to talk about, I suppose.
And the thing you're eager to talk about particularly is the use of cannabis, which is incredibly controversial. And of course it's illegal, right? You know, so it can't be condoned. But you're in a situation where you're saying, I'm going to use this. In what form do you use it, and why do you believe that it works, and why do you think there should be research into it?
In extremely concentrated resin format. I got it through, well, I hasten to divulge my sources, but I got it basically in an envelope. And it was just 10 grams at a time. And I've heard from many different people, all anecdotal stories, of course, but I've actually been in contact with one person in particular who was the uncle of an 18-year-old girl who had a grade 4 glioma, which is like one of the most deadly forms of cancer. It's a very, very deadly form of brain cancer. Virtually no one survives it. And this girl took, I think, about 60 grams of this stuff over, ingested it from a packet over a space of a month, and her last scan showed up negative. In fact, 2 of the last scans have shown up completely clear of it. That's
what about your scans? Because you've had one, was it a year ago, where the tumour had reduced slightly, haven't it?
It had, yes. I've been trying numerous things apart from this. I've also been trying a compound called sodium dichloroacetate, or DCA, and that helps basically make the cancer cells less... They take in less energy.
But Dad, he believes in this, and if it's working for him, you know, well and good. But the thing is, the scientific evidence at the moment is not there, is it not? So what about Sam's whole call for research? Where do you stand on that?
Sorry,
research into...
Yeah, I mean, the DCA, there is... You see, the trouble is with all this, there is a little bit of scientific evidence from the lab that suggests it has some activity, right? But then translating that from the lab to individuals is there's a huge gulf. With the cannabis, we've no idea what might be working, what particular
molecule. It must be so hard for you, Martin, because right from the start, when Sam got this terrible diagnosis, you, I presume, in your time, have probably had to give that news to other parents, never thinking in a million years you'd have to listen to that news. And I imagine, as a professor and a specialist in cancer, that your first thought would be, right, you know, we're going to sort this, you know, I'll speak to all my cancer specialist friends and we'll sort it out. And yet you can't, which must make you feel very helpless.
Sam, no, well, it wasn't that, you see. Sam was the driver here. Sam made the point, very forcibly, you know, that you are my father, not my doctor, so, you know, you're quite right. That was the instant reaction, you know, we've got to sort this out, we're going to go to the best specialists we can find. No, he didn't want that at all, he just wanted me to stop.
Why didn't you want that help from your father?
I suppose I wanted the lines. Well, for one thing, he's a specialist in leukemias and lymphomas, blood cancers and stuff like that. Though he did once, for a while, flirt with the idea of switching to brain tumours, which was, I guess it was an admirable sign of devotion. But I wanted there to be a clear line. I did not want there to be too much interference, in short.
So it's like, you'd be my dad, not my doctor.
Yeah.
Because
That's
your
what I
mum's
needed.
a nurse, a trained nurse as well, isn't she? She's got
Yes.
2 parents who must have their opinions. And
Yes.
Well, Sam, you've no shortage of info on your tumour and your own theories about it. You've learnt a lot about that.
Yeah.
What have you learnt about yourself in this time?
I never say die. In short, I just will not quit. And even the anecdotal evidence warrants, in my opinion, it really warrants investigation of a severe kind, because this could mean, if even like 1 or 2 of the stories that I've read are true, I think that would be the case. That like a massive kind of onsurge of this kind of stuff would be warranted from all angles. And I'm really hoping that someone picks up the ball and works on
And Dad,
getting this stuff out
what
there.
have you learned about your boy who you've known for 20-odd
Yeah.
years, and yet there's things you're obviously learning all
I
the
admire
time.
him. I don't agree with everything he's done by any means in terms of all this other stuff that he's done. But got to admire him for his tenacity, his single-minded purpose. He's taken everything to the absolute max, to the tops, and he's done very well. He's doing very well. Yeah.
well, we hope you continue to do very well. And he said, that there's always research going on, as you know, and it's lovely to see you both here. When you do have such a supportive family, and you think of people that might have to face something like this on their own.
Yeah.
Do you believe, Sam, you'll beat this?
Well, you have to. I personally, I'm leaning more towards the positive at the moment. If someone else can do it, if other people can do it, I believe I certainly can. And I'm still sticking around, and I have every intention of beating this ridiculous thing that's in my head, because I've got a lot more I want to say on this topic, and I'm hoping that there'll be a lot more people out there who are willing to hear it.
Sam, well, lovely meeting you. Good luck to you with what lies ahead. Thank you very much indeed. Martin, thank you very much indeed as well. Have you been affected by anything that father and son have talked about there, and you need any information, you go to our website, that is itv.com/thismorning.
Yeah, and we're going to be back right after this break. See you in a couple of minutes.